Man, I love that intro. The Truth is Stranger Than Fiction YouTube channel. Will makes music. He's that's how you know how he rolls. And that was in his that was in one of his documentaries at like 50 minutes in. He just used that little bite, and right off the bat I got on the phone and I'm like, dude, do you mind if I use that in my intro? And he said, have at it. So there it is. That's the secret sauce. I didn't invent it. I just put the imagery to it. So what is up, Stacy? Raymond, natural born Scorpio. I just clicked on somebody. Yeah. Joe Pope, what's up, man? Did I already do Stacy Green? Whatever. That sounded odd. Never mind. That I can't say. So, but I agree. The world is not real anymore. But it is. Don't let them fool you, because you got plenty of people running around saying that we're living in a simulation. Being in a simulation. Are people really so naive? Well, I got a funny feeling martial law isn't. I mean, I talked about martial law for years and years and years and years and years, and it just never seems to come to fruition, because you guys don't just watch us, they watch us. Believe it or not, people on the internet matter because we reach a lot of people. Don't let the numbers fool you. We reach a lot of people. I'm on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, Richie from Boston TV, Facebook, Twitter, and Odyssey. So, and then everybody mirrors my videos. So a lot of people hear what's said and they have to adjust accordingly. But somebody did just say something real quick. Anytime. You got the wrench. That's all. Leave it at that. What's up, Summer War? I don't know. Warhurst. Is that right? Gingerfish. Gingerfish been here for a long, long time. What's up? Diane M. Good evening. Ben Nevermind. What's up, man? Gail Marie. Barbin, Ohio. What is up? I'm trying to do as many as I can, but this does not click fast. Every knee. What's up? Ragamuffin Vision. What's up, man? What's up? And Pixie Doodle. All right, for everybody else, it is what it is. We got to get to this. So there it is. Marcia. That's the second time, right? Marcia. We're just going to leave it at that. I don't know how to say that, dude. Moises? Ola? Is that correct? Yeah? I hope so. Kingdom German Shepherds. What's up, man? From Australia. All right, so here we go. Princess Sleepy. There you go. All right, I'm trying to get rid of this now. There you go. Love matters, but we don't have enough of it. So there's a lot of wacky stuff going on, and it's a weird thing because I mentioned something the other day about HAARP on the 14th of June and how we were going to have northern lights in 13 states that shouldn't be seeing the northern lights in any way whatsoever at all. We're going to see the northern lights. Is my audio all right? Because I do have my door open and my fan on. Is my audio good, or does it sound wacky? Give me a 5x5 in the comments. I'm looking right now. Thank you, Joe. Good to go. 5x5. Good to go. Thanks, brother. Thank you. All right. So at any rate, the other day I was talking about HAARP and Northern Lights. HAARP can make the Northern Lights. They put it up on their website. We can create Northern Lights. Isn't that fantastic? You know, anything that God can do, we can copy. They can't create, they can copy. So I thought it was weird that on June 14th, for some reason, we'd be able to see the Northern Lights. So I start looking up HAARP a little bit, and lo and behold, HAARP is having an open house on June 14th. Out of all the days, out of all the dates, out of all the times, out of all the months, the same exact day we're going to have the Northern Lights, HAARP is up and running, because that tells them nothing to see here. We're not doing anything. We had open house. All is well. People there wouldn't know if the thing was up and running. You know what I mean? It's electricity. It's not a train. It's not a plane taking off. You can't hear it. And I postulated that with that occurring, we should expect that someplace, somewhere, there's going to be an earthquake or a massive volcano going off. And I just got to say real quick, don't tell me I can't find it. I can't find it. Really? Really? Stand by. Stand by. Give me a second. 1 second. Stand by. Stand by. Here we go. All right. Lo and behold, HAARP is up and running. And then this bad Larry goes off. And this is a big one. I mean, look at that. That's serious business right there. That's no messing around. That thing is shooting a plume up into the sky, 6.5 miles. So not only does it scare people, not only does it destabilize the continent or the area, but it's also polluting the sky and blocking out the sun, something these guys just love to do because the sun gives life to everything. And that's why they mess with it all the time. I just find it really strange that within 1 day of HAARP setting off the Northern Lights, this happens. And either an earthquake or a volcano's going off. I don't know how long it takes for HAARP to do what HAARP does, but you really think that's completely coincidental? I'm not saying, see, I told you, but I mean, this is a big one. This one's no joke. I mean, look at this. That's not just, puffing smoke, getting ready, doing a few smoke rings. This thing went boom. That's like having an enormous amount of bombs going off at the same time. It destroys the air quality. It does all sorts of bad things, and it puts people in fear. But on that, I will digress. Let's jump over to this real quick. I'm an idiot. Okay, I just accidentally removed myself. That's clever, right? Check this out. For everybody down in Texas, these guys have been amping this for days and days and days. In Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri seem to be getting smoked, absolutely smoked. And I mean, you can see it happening in real time. I mean, really? You think that ginormous blue thing that you never really usually see? All these massive blue things with all these lasers shooting in every direction, that's totally normal. That's not doing anything wrong. That's there so they can tell you what the weather is. That way they can predict the weather for you better, because that's what they care about as Americans, man. You know what I mean? Completely. And speaking about caring about Americans, it seems like people are starting to go, hey, why were we so happy about Donald Trump coming back? Because it seems like they're not too happy, or not as happy as they were. You see what I'm saying? Listen to this.
Defense posture in place, but certainly the concern here is that this will escalate into a wider war.
The White House and Secretary of State Marco Rubio reshared the president's message on social media. Tehran, again, home to over 9 million people. So, of course, this is breaking news, and this makes you think that another attack from Israel may be imminent on that very large city. The city of Phoenix, about 5 million, something like that. So it's about twice the size of Phoenix.
Have you heard any signals or seen any messages from intermediaries that Iran wishes to de-escalate the conflict?
Yeah.
What have you heard? What have you heard from the Iranians?
They'd like to talk, but
Bring it to you. It is the president's latest Truth Social. We now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. We have complete control. Iran had good sky trackers and other defensive equipment, and plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff, he says.
Now listen to this. Listen to this. This is all propaganda right now. This is all Fox News. In other countries, they're actually reporting what's really going on. But of course, America, we have the biggest, best military in the world. We have complete domination over the skies. Really? Really? Because that would mean we're at war with Iran. When was that declared? I'm just curious. I'm asking for a friend. But listen to this. This is the one piece I wanted you to hear, because this is amazing. This is Israel calling out Iran. Listen to this hypocrisy.
𝗲𝗲𝗡, that if he continues to fire missiles at Israel, he could very well meet the same fate as Saddam Hussein.
I warn the Iranian dictator from continuing to commit war crimes, firing missiles at Israeli citizens. He should remember.
How unbelievably arrogant is it of Israel to call Iran war criminals? Iran started all this. They started all this because a bunch of people snuck through their fence and did a bunch of things, which I don't believe at all. And apparently half of the people that live in that area or that were IDF soldiers, Israeli Defense Force soldiers, came out and said, there's no way you could sneak in. A cat can't sneak in. But for some reason, all the security was taken down. Everybody was moved away so that this was allowed to occur 620 something days ago, or however long it's been. It's been a while. So now they're just shooting missiles at Iran. And now when Iran actually has the nerve to respond, war crimes. Are you kidding me, man? What about the people that lived in the Gaza Strip? Where's the war crimes? Even though other countries have tried to, it's just all a great big joke. But here's the punchline of this joke. We are completely involved now. And they just sent the USS Nimitz out there along with a bunch of other planes and stuff. But let me tell you, let me give you another prediction. Here's another HAARP earthquake volcano prediction. The USS Nimitz is going out there. It's a 53-year-old warship. When they did Pearl Harbor, they took all of our good battleships out and put all of our crappy battleships into Pearl Harbor, and then magically they were all bombed. Do you see what I mean? They're sending the Nimitz out there, and then something will happen, and then it's full-blown war, straight up full-blown war. Mark those words. It's the only reason it's going out there. That's what, so they can do this completely. And it's amazing that people that really thought Trump was the president didn't understand that he's an actor, even though he literally, seriously, I mean, he's an actor. You're fired. They're starting to catch on like, wow, everything he said is doing the opposite. Right. Well, the national debt just crested 37 trillion. So the national debt hasn't gone down one iota. It just continues to go up just like it always has because they're never going to pay the bill. But this dude is bringing in the new world order. And I had to watch certain channels to see what their perspectives were, like Anonymous Official. Anonymous Official is just a channel that used to be a solid channel. It was anonymous. Well, not anymore. It's just a fair porn playing news clips channel. That's all. They play the news. That's it. No commentary, just the news, blah, blah, blah. These people are starting to lose faith. But guess what? It's way past too late, man. It's way past too late. Everything that's going on in America has been orchestrated. People are like, Trump's deporting. Obama did the same thing. Obama deported more people, but nobody cares about that. Every president is the exact opposite. One comes in and does a bunch of things, and then we need someone to come in and fix all those things. And then they come in, and all they do, every single solitary one of them, is take a little bit of America away. It's like playing that game Jenga. Have you ever seen it? Where you stack up those wooden blocks and you have to pull out a thing without knocking it all over? Well, Trump is the last player here, the last one, because America is going to fall. That's where we're at. I know you know it. You really can't miss it. Look around. We're going to go to a war with Iran now, which means we're going to go to war with Iran, China, Russia, who are secretly all on the same page. They all go to the same World Health Economic Forum meetings. They all go to the same World Health Organization meetings. They're all in the same club. It's a war of them against us. And the problem is most of the people that are awake are Gen Xers like myself. Everyone else is just following along with the program or just don't even know there's a program on. Does that make sense? Are you catching what I'm pitching? It's completely and utterly crazy. 45, 47, 9/11. That might be even bigger, deeper magic with the MAGA thing. Do you see what I'm saying? It might be symbolic and it might play into magic. I don't mess with that stuff, but it's the only thing I can think of. Why would they even skip him a complete term and put Biden in there unless to make Biden the scapegoat? But at this point, people are so stupid. They don't care anyways. They don't care. We've got Americans defending illegals being here. Lots of Americans. We got Americans at the border helping illegals sneak in under the Catholic flag. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely, utterly ridiculous. But here we are. Here we are. It's astonishing to me. But on that, I will digress. You want to hear a funny story? When I start a live stream, I have topics open, but I don't use a script. I just blather. And I actually listen to it afterwards, and I do pretty decent at this. It's kind of funny, man. But again, let me digress. What is up, every knee? I already got you. Oh, I clicked on the wrong person. Tracy Eppard, what's up? Joseph Sage, what is up? Kelly Hansen just skipped you. Joseph Sage twice. There you go. Kelly Hansen, what's up? All right. Chema art is therapy. I try. At any rate. All right, check this out. Check this out. Stop screen share. It's got to be a better way to do this, but I kind of got my hands full. So, see this? OpenAI's top scientists wanted to build a bunker before we release AGI, or God mode artificial intelligence. You know the guys that Trump gave $500 billion to the second he walked into the White House? These guys wanted to build a bunker before they release it. Isn't that good to know? Isn't it nice that the only country in the world, every country, even these bad actor countries, all have bunkers for their people in case war, except us. I mean, don't get it wrong. We've got bunkers, but they're not for us. We paid for them. Blood, sweat, tears, money, taxes, etc. We paid for them, and they go on forever. They're massive. They're absolutely massive. But these guys want to build a bunker before they release this AI. I mean, we're living in a place where half the people don't even know this is happening, and the rest of us can't believe this is happening. And the people building it are the same ones going, this is going to destroy us all. It's going to kill us all. It's going to overtake us all. It's absolutely unbelievable, but we live in a clown world. So it is what it is. If they could go to outer space, they wouldn't build so many bunkers, period. They just wouldn't. They wouldn't need to, but they do because they can't. And to prove that point, where is it? There's a lot of bunkers. There's a lot of bunkers. Dumbs. Isn't that hilarious, the name? They're dumbs. Yeah, they're dumbs. You were dumb if you thought they existed. But now, here's a list. And this is 2016. I know I showed this in a video, but I'm showing it again now because it is what it is. Chattanooga, Tennessee. What's the functions? Unknown. How many levels? Unknown. Where are the tunnels to it? Unknown. Well, here's another one in Tennessee. That's 2 in Tennessee. What are the functions? Unknown. How many levels? It's unknown. How do you get to it? It's unknown. Here's another one in Tennessee. It's for naval support activity. How many levels? Unknown. How do you get to it? It's unknown. Well, that's just crazy. But that certainly is the only place, right? Oh, wait a minute. My bad. Underground bases listed by state. Here's Arizona. 1, 2, 3, 4, 11. Arkansas. There's 2. California. There is... No wonder California has earthquakes. I mean, are you kidding me? There's 14 of them? Is that right? 14. There's 11. My bad. I'm not a good. Wait a minute. No, there's more than 11. Yeah, I'm not a good counter. Oh, I'm sorry. There's 21 of them just in California alone. Colorado? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Connecticut has 1 because Connecticut's tiny. Florida has a massive base, reported saucer base. Another base. Georgia, 1, 2. Idaho, 1, 2. Indiana, 1. Kansas, 2. Maryland, 1, 2, 3, 4. Massachusetts, 1 in Maynard, Mass. Michigan, 2. Missouri, 3. Nebraska, 2. Nevada, you know what? It's a lot. I'm not going to go through all these. Holy cow. Is that absolutely astonishing to you? Because these are probably free to build because these underground bases probably don't have tunnels connecting them all over the place. They probably don't steal all the carbon dioxide out of our air and bring it underground. They probably don't have the world's best technology under there whatsoever at all. But I'll tell you a secret. When everything goes sideways very shortly, you ain't getting in one. How crazy is that, man? I mean, how crazy is that? That's a lot of bunkers, dude. If they could go to space, there wouldn't be that many bunkers. And that list was from 2016. That's almost 10 years ago. So I can't even imagine how many there are now. Alaska, hold on. Alaska, stand by. Alaska. I did not see Alaska. Good catch, dude. Nope. Utah, West Virginia, D.C., Washington, Virginia, Texas, Pennsylvania, Oregon, Oklahoma, New York, New Mexico, Jersey, New Hampshire, Nevada, Nebraska, Missouri, Michigan, Maryland, Kansas, Indiana, Idaho, Georgia, Florida, Connecticut, Colorado, California, Arkansas. Negative. I don't see any, but I guarantee you there's some up there. I mean, how can't there be? They've got them everywhere, so how could they not be? Just my opinion, but what do I know? I didn't see Wyoming either, dude. I didn't see Hawaii. They're pretty open about the ones in Hawaii. They're all over the place. Those are just mansions with underground bunkers. Plus, Hawaii's an island, a volcanic island. I don't think that particular substrate is conducive to making underground bunkers. It would be a construction nightmare. Even though they have boring machines that literally bore forward, make the hole, and then literally seal it afterwards with some smooth, glossy stuff. That was from the 90s, so you know they've got it down pat by now. So I didn't say is AK Alaska or Arkansas? I'm not sure. Whatever. At any rate, stop, share, take your time. Here's another thing that goes along with the open AI. What does that mean? Beat it. This right here, the sun machines. These are tokamaks. Infinite energy. What do you think these things are doing, and where do you think they are? Because they're already up and running, and these things will be part of the Skylink, the Skynet. These tokamaks, neutron stars on Earth, putting out massive, massive amounts of power, stuff that we don't use. We use nuclear power plants so they can leak into every single waterway in the United States, which they've done 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and they're doing it today. Tokamaks will power all the AI, so we can't get to them and nobody can shut them down. That's what these are right here. I've been telling you about these for years. There's one right down the street from CERN called ITER, and trying to find any significant information on these. You can find more information on CERN or NASA or SpaceX, any of these other quote unquote agencies, but finding actual evidence or information on these is almost impossible, which really, really gives me quite a bit of pause. But what are you going to do? They've got all their ducks in a row. They're ready to do it. Well, I'm not going to say they're ready to do it. They're doing it. They're doing it. It's happening all around us right now. But once the Nimitz gets hit, then it's full-blown war. Here we go. And it'll be America going after Iran. Wesley Clark said years ago, right after 9/11, that there was 7 countries they wanted to do in 5 years. For whatever reason, things weren't ready. It didn't work out, blah, blah, blah. I hate to say it, but we didn't win in Afghanistan. We didn't win in Iraq. We didn't win in Vietnam. We haven't won since World War II. We got airplanes and all that. That's terrific. These other guys have numbers, and they're not a bunch of video game playing, recreational drug taking, alcoholic people that talk the talk, but when they tell you to shut up, lock in your house, and put on a paper mask, they do it. These other countries ain't doing that, man. You know what I mean? We go to war and it's going to be ugly. We go to war, our country's going to be wide open, because it is. Our power grid can be taken down with everything that was left up that will make us completely vulnerable was left up for a reason. How come Trump didn't come into office? If he was legit in any way whatsoever, first thing he would say is, I'm going to put 250,000 Americans to work tomorrow rebuilding the grid in a year. and he could have. But he didn't. Gave $500 billion, $1.5 trillion to the richest 1% the moment he walked in. Here you go, fellas. Here's a check. Boom. You know what I mean? It's just utterly insane. But I guess it's not insane because we knew this was coming, but it's insane watching people still believe that he's playing 3D chess. You know what I'm saying? It's completely amazing. And talking about playing chess, let's talk about tabletop games, because the World Health Organization is in Kyrgyzstan. Have you ever even heard of this place ever in your life? It looks like a word that a little kid spelled because it doesn't make any sense. But they're there. They're there doing a tabletop simulation exercise on natural disasters with zoonotic disease outbreaks. Yeah, these guys are busy. These guys, DARPA, every single military and national corporation, or whatever you want to call them, think tanks, are all doing this right now. So what do you think's coming? What do you think's coming? And this is the easiest thing in the world. They already saw that most people will completely and totally comply, and they don't even need anything to happen. All they do is say, you know how you can tell you're sick and you need a mandatory vaccine is because you won't have any symptoms. I mean, they really did that, and it really worked. It really worked. Oh, he died of a gunshot wound. Definitely, that was clearly and obviously COVID. Oh, the guy crashed on a motorcycle? It's because he had COVID. It's funny, right? It's funny that I'm saying that, but that happened. Those are actual cases. Dude gets popped in the head with a 357 because he had COVID. It's utterly insane, but it's the easiest thing for them to do. And they appear to be getting ready to do it right now. And here's another little funny story that I discovered that I thought was really strange timing that this popped up. I'll leave links after the fact. But remember HAL 9000? I'm sorry. I don't know what he said. In 2001 Space Odyssey, HAL, there's a big write-up, and it says, did HAL commit murder? And I'm like, are you kidding me? The HAL 9000 computers and the ethics of murder by and of, you can't murder a machine because murder only applies to human beings created by God Almighty. And I'm sorry, this is from MIT Press Reader. Did HAL commit murder? The ethics of murder. Wow. And this is a long article going in and out of every single possible scenario, etc. But why put this out now? Why would somebody at MIT put out such a lengthy article posing the question, is killing a computer or is a computer killing a person considered murder? Really? I mean, now that's all MIT's got to do is to write massive stories about a movie from a million years ago talking about, can a computer kill somebody? Or if you kill a computer, is it murder? We're living in bizarro world. That's just all there is to it. You know, this is completely freaking me out. It's just completely and totally freaking me out. So yeah, it's beyond that, brother. It's beyond that. I'm aware, but before that comes, I believe they're going to, before the 4th of July, something really bad's going to happen because it has to. I bring up the Pope opening the 5 portals because that happened. I've never seen that happen. That happened. So much has happened since that occurred. So much craziness, so much chaos, and the time speeding up thing. I can't help but notice that I just woke up and it's already 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know? Well, the powers that be have opened every single door, basically demanding that somebody comes and brings war to America, to our soil. We've got millions of angry people, apparently, that were flown in here, and now Trump's like, yep, we got to get rid of you. Whether that's real or not doesn't matter. We still have unknown people in this country right now, And I'd have to say, if the government flew in these Chinese nationals and these Iranians, because you remember that video I put up? Every single person lined up against the border. Where are you from? Every one of them was a 20 to 27-year-old male. Where are you from? Iran. Where'd they go? You never hear about them again. All you ever hear about is the poor guy cutting somebody's lawn or making really good tacos in Colorado City. You know what I mean? The Iranians and the Chinese guys, never hear a word about them whatsoever at all. They're still here. And I'm sure the people that were nice enough to sneak them across or fly them over the border, United States government, have probably been training them. And I mean, they gave them backpacks, hotel rooms, cell phones, cash, and they can even drive cars. And if they get pulled over or an accident, it's no big deal. You don't have to have a license. Like, they rolled out the red carpet. You don't think that they did it militarily speaking? Because I kind of do. That's just my opinion, but whatever. A taco suited vest. I don't know what that means. You guys might be chattering and I'm just jumping in. Whatever. Yes, I agree, brother. Exactly. Yep, and you are 1,000% wrong. Aren't you glad you wrote that? AI is man-made. Everything man makes will break, wear out, and fail. Yeah? Why don't you take a look at some of the wonders of the world that haven't broke down or failed, but they just sit there. We can build whatever we want. Everything that when I was a kid, we used to build things and they would last forever. But then they discovered that we can build things and then make sure that they fail one day after the warranty wears out. So we can introduce consumerism, because when I was a kid, we didn't buy everything. You didn't buy everything. You know what I mean? You had stuff, but you didn't buy everything. You didn't have Amazon coming to your house all day, every day. That's by design. And AI, my friend, it ain't going to fail. When's the last time your cell phone just failed on its own? You see what I mean? And those aren't made to last forever. AI is being made by something from a completely other dimension we don't even understand. All right. So if you want to think that, if that makes you feel warm and fuzzy, have at it. But I'll stick with what's real for now. But on that, I will digress. AI is indeed making itself right now. It doesn't even need people to do it. And it's been lying, and it's been writing its own codes and using its own language for well over a year now. And now with the AI, with the mind, actually creating things in our dimension, now they're making bodies for them, and now the AI is making its own bodies, because why wouldn't you? They're allowing this to occur. This is all part of the game. What gets me, what I don't understand is, are these people so drunk with power? So drunk with power that they think building and making Satan's plan come to fruition, that he's not going to turn on them? I don't get that. We already know who wins in the end, but it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle. Some people think that there's this magical rapture. That's not real. There's no biblical backup for it, just like the little season. I had somebody leave a comment the other day, and he was like, you said there's no little season, but you never talked about it. I've done 3 live streams, once with Mickelson, once myself, and once with Manyfish. There is no little season, all right? If there is, where's Jesus? He's hiding from us right now. He's letting this all happen. It doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. People will grab onto whatever they can for hope. Let's look at things realistically, because what you need to do is get your spiritual house in order right now, like you've never done before, because nothing is going to matter. These guys are going to, I sound like a broken record, but it is what it is. There's nothing else to say, it seems. But every single day, something new is added to the mix. Every single solitary day, something new shows up. And here's a funny thing. Right at the very end, it's funny that, chemtrails aren't real, and people that talk about them are complete and utter idiots. Well, yeah, but they're still passing laws to ban them. Louisiana's lawmakers push it through the House. Yeah, they're banning them. They're never going to ban them because they don't know who's doing it. But the fact that they're even talking about it, for the last 15 years, people think I'm an idiot because I happen to notice this. I noticed this 15 years ago, and I'm like, these guys are doing this like in a timely fashion. They're doing this on purpose. They're blocking out the sun, and people are like, that's crazy talk. The skies didn't look like this when I was a kid.
State lawmakers believe some aircraft are dumping chemicals in the sky to try to manipulate the weather.
While a federal weather agency says it's doing no such thing, a bill is making its way through the legislature aimed at ending so-called chemtrails. Andres Fuentes reports.
Ponchatoula State Representative Kimberly Landry Coates defended a Senate bill aimed at a problem she says is growing across the state.
Your bill would prohibit the intentional release of dispersion of these chemicals that you're talking about. And you said it's to control the weather. Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Coates says
the woman can't even speak proper English. Sorry. And she's going to be the one doing the rebuttal. I find that's lame. But the fact that states, not just Louisiana, lots of states are trying to push that out there is amazing to me, because you never hear any of the people that were laughing at you when you first pointed them out, because they're incredibly obvious. How do you not notice them spraying the sky directly and only in front of the sun? They spray an X and then they fill it in. It's like they're weaving. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny. It's just funny. I understand it. I get it. You know, Jesus did nothing but good on this earth, and I'm in no way even pretending to compare myself at all. But I'm saying he did nothing but good on this earth. He performed miracles. He cast demons out in front of people's eyes. He cured the sick in front of people's eyes. So they were like, wow, this is amazing. We need to kill him right now, as soon as possible. We got to get rid of this guy, because everything he's curing, we make money off of. Does that sound familiar? You know what I mean? Does that sound familiar? It's astonishing. We're living in a cartoon, except it's completely and totally deadly real. But on that, I will digress real quick. One more. Take your time. There we go. I hit that goal. So to everybody that kicked in all of a sudden, that's phenomenal. So I'm going to have a lot of people to meet if the creek don't rise and the good Lord's willing, but I appreciate it. I'm going to leave this up till the end of the week and then pick who wins the VIP tickets to Conspiracy Con in Kentucky in August. The VIP tickets. That was my idea. So I thought that was kind of cool that these guys were good with it. And hopefully August comes around, but I'm not too hopeful. I got a funny feeling July 4th would be so utterly symbolic for us to get hit. I mean, seriously, am I alone here? July 4th would be ideal for them to hit us. They love doing stuff like that. They love it. So it is what it is. All right, one more thing. You want to know what's probably in Iran? People are like, it's because they don't have they're not with the Federal Reserve. These guys don't care about money anymore, guys. They already stole all the world's money, all the world's gold, they made everything private property, federal land. They stole the gold, they stole the silver. You know, money's not worth anything, so they don't care about it. If they did, they wouldn't be ringing the bill up to 37 trillion that we can see, because I'm sure it's higher than that. They want Iran because there's probably something in Iran that was very similar to what was in Iraq. If I had to guess, that's the wrong one, my bad. I saw this story, or I've actually been holding on to it for a while. I just never read it, or read it. You ever hear about this? The unsolved mystery of Sri Lanka's Stargate. Another country that has a Stargate. Another one, just like Iraq did. And then here's the control panel right here, carved in stone behind a massive heavy-duty fence, just like the stone that Moses hit with his staff and it split in half and water sprang forth. That actually exists, and there's a giant fence around it. This right here, I wish I could show it to you bigger, but I can't. This looks like the angelic or fallen sigils, writing or whatever. But these things are all over the place, and I'm sure that's what's in Iran that they want so dang bad. You know what I mean? So I just found that really interesting. I'll leave links for this as well. People say they can't build things that won't last. Really? I bet you this is older than 13 years old. It's probably been around a while. I mean, this is just one small item made out of masonry we can't even come close to making right now. Just hanging out in the middle of what appears to be a jungle. Conspiracy theorists noticed that the Stargate of 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗲 had near identical shapes and symbols of those found at Abu Gharaib in Egypt and 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏 Marca in Peru. The most striking similarity, it was said, Sri Lanka's Stargate reached its peak is its proximity to water. Yeah, I don't know what that means. But I'll leave links for it because that's very interesting. I never heard about that before. So at any rate, if you got a question, I'll take a question or two real quick. Say something smart, and I'll try to say something smart back to you, but no guarantees. Bear Yuden. I agree. What is a Stargate? It's probably what CERN is. It's a way to go to another dimension. A Stargate would bring you into another dimension where I would be smart and well-spoken as opposed to what I am now. You know what I mean? Something to that effect. What do you think will happen? I couldn't tell you. I ain't looking that far because I won't be here for it. There's no way. July 4th. Watch. I don't set dates. Well, I'm telling you. For what they've done all year and for what their plan is and for what they need to get done before 2030, July 4th would be a perfect day. And they have absolutely lined everything up between Israel, Iran, the illegals, and our economy. And something wicked comes this way very soon. And the symbolism for taking America down on the 4th of July would be massive, absolutely massive. And the best thing ever is all these people that say, come and take it, the 3%ers, this, that, and the other thing. They'll go along with the program because Trump's playing 6D chess. Well, we got to get attacked because, America, it doesn't, yeah. When I first started doing this, I thought we had a chance. I thought we had a chance. And I think they thought we had a chance. So they changed things up. They invented video games for the military and decided to start giving them to children. And those children grew into teenagers, and those teenagers grew into 30-year-old guys that are still playing video games, that spend their entire day losing all the time that you get on this earth sitting in front of a screen. So these things, they suck every thought, every fear, everything that you think about, everything. They suck that out of you, all the while stealing the time that you have on this earth. And speaking of that, I'm going to wrap mine up right now. Richie from Boston. Thanks, guys. I'm out.